Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. More active and unsettled weather is forecast to continue across the midsection of the nation through the next few days as multiple disturbances embedded within a slow-moving upper-level trough traverses the western U.S. towards the Great Plains. The low-pressure system responsible for the latest outbreak of strong to severe storms across the central to southern plains will continue to track northeast across the upper Midwest today. The highest threat of severe weather and heavy rain will shift further southeast towards the Gulf Coast region, primarily over Louisiana, as the front begins to weaken. A lower risk of severe weather and heavy rain will extend further northeast into the Tennessee Valley. Closer to home, through the week and into the weekend, quiet weather is expected for the area. Dry air and generally light winds are forecast. Breezy winds are going to arrive Wednesday into Thursday as a cold front approaches the region. Temperatures rebound to above normal through midweek and then cool to near average behind the front. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. Last week, there were several protests at Holloman Air Force Base, led by Code Pink and Veterans for Peace. Now, as a First Amendment advocate, even if I don't fully agree with the message, I typically welcome anyone to join us on air to speak. We welcome activist Toby Blomé to speak about the protests.
When we treat people around the world with remotely controlled drones that carry missiles and fire missiles and kill people without having any evidence that they've committed any wrong, it's a complete violation on their right to life and their right to have justice on their beings. So we are people that gather together to oppose U.S. drone killing.
You can hear the interview in full by visiting our station's YouTube channel. Toby tells me about her stance on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and how she views Hamas. And we talk about other topics. Now, it's about a 20-minute conversation, and again, more information about this organization can be found on shutdowndronewarfare.org. Incidentally, the organization also assembled on Friday in front of our local zoo. Some former lab chimpanzees may not be leaving New Mexico after all. It was nearly 10 years ago when the National Institutes of Health stopped laboratory testing on chimpanzees. While many former lab chimps are living out their final days in a special sanctuary, at least 24 are still stuck in cages on Holloman Air Force Base. Animal advocates sued the NIH to relocate the chimps a few years ago, and a federal judge agreed that they belong in a sanctuary. However, the federal agency confirmed that there are no plans to move those chimps, and the advocates are now worried that they could die in the same place they were tested on for years.
They are so deserving of freedom and sanctuary. They have paid their debt to society and to our country when you really think about it.
Gene Grant, the Chief Program and Policy Officer with Animal Protection New Mexico, speaking with KOB. And he says that the 26 remaining chimps at the Alamogordo Primate Facility suffered years of rigorous testing.
It resulted in a lot of injury and unfortunately death as well. I mean, there was really no rules of the road about what kind of research could be done on chimps.
Congress passed the Chimp Act in 2000, requiring all former lab chimps to be transferred to a special sanctuary in Louisiana. But when testing stopped in 2015, the New Mexico chimps remained in their cages.
Because in NIH's view, they suffered from chronic health conditions and shouldn't be transferred to sanctuary.
That was Margie Robinson, staff attorney with the Humane Society of the United States. A federal judge agreed that the agency does not get to decide if the chimps are healthy enough to relocate. Yet, the chimps are still in their cages 16 months later. An NIH spokesperson says the court did not direct the agency to relocate the chimps. They added that the Chimp Act includes exceptions for animals that are near death. And according to the agency's evaluation, all of the remaining chimps at Holloman are near death. It costs taxpayers twice as much per day to keep the chimps in Alamogordo instead of the sanctuary. If they were moved, the cost savings would be about $800,000 per year. That's according to Animal Protection New Mexico. Even with a court ruling on their side, advocates are worried that time is running out to give these chimps a few good final years. This Thursday marks the National Day of Prayer. I spoke with Robert Gable, who shared what he and some others are doing in Chaparral.
We're going to set up the National Day of Prayer here in Chaparral. This will be the first time. that's going to be happening here. And so we're pretty excited. We're going to be doing it at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m., not a.m., 6 p.m. At Dolores Wright Park. That's located along Lisa Road in Chaparral, New Mexico.
You can hear the interview in full by visiting our station's YouTube channel. The New Mexico Department of Transportation will have a full road closure today from 8:45 until 1 p.m. on US 82 between High Rolls and Cloudcroft, milepost 9.5 to milepost 16. Drivers are advised to seek alternate routes. Traffic control is being provided for retrieval of a vehicle from the embankment. Motorists, please use caution, observe all signs, and reduce speed. The Alamo Senior Center is gearing up for a dance for Mother's Day.
It is open to the public, and the tickets are only $10. And there is, we have music by Lenore. We'll have tea, sandwiches, and light refreshments and dessert. So it's going to be a really good time.
See the Alamo Senior Center Facebook page for more information. The Alamogordo Chess Club meetings are held at Plateau Espresso, 2724 North Scenic, on Mondays from 4 until 7. It is casual chess. Pair up with whomever's available. There are no membership requirements or fees. Simply show up with a board, set it up, and play. Well, today is Monday. Time for a pup date from Animal Village NM.
Hey, quick question. Would you like to make life better for animals in your community and get supplies you need anyway at more than half off? Hi, this is Sunny Harris, Animal Village NM, low-cost spay-neuter pet food bank here in pine-scented Ruidoso, where you've been wanting to visit anyway, right? We're having a huge yard sale fundraiser May 4th, Saturday, Cinco de Mayo weekend, up here by Wingfield Park in Ruidoso. I mean, huge. And here's a partial list of what we have available at way below retail prices. A never-used 4-knee MIG welder, storm doors, heavy-duty steel, as well as aluminum, several doors, almost a dozen canopies, you know, the ones you use when you're camping or hosting an event, different sizes, some have walls, different colors, all up for display and immediate sale at the yard sale. Antique and vintage furniture, hardwoods, 2 single-door garage doors, painted and insulated, pet supplies, new and used, toys, truck ramps, pet stairs, collars, leashes, harnesses, bowls, crates, and framed pet art for your home. Industrial-sized portable fans. We've got 2 of these, huge, great for shop or any large hot space. Full sets of dishware, kitchen appliances, all in excellent working condition. Colorful, heavy-duty outdoor chairs, dozens of these. Did we mention pet stairs? And for you sentimental animal lovers, we have dozens of hand-painted pet rocks for every occasion, and lots of plants, succulents, cacti, all ready in grow bags, so you can just drop them in a pot, plant them, or place them on your porch. Like I mentioned, this is a partial list, and these items will make your life better, but here's a complete list of how your purchases will help animals in your community. New Mexico has the highest pet abandonment rate in America. Google it. Because of that, Animal Village provided more than 200 spay-neuter surgeries for community residents last year. And when you're thinking of who to support, some national organization you've only seen on TV, or someone who's helped in Otero and Lincoln County in New Mexico, where the problems for animals are worse. We're not the new kid on the block. Since 2007, we've subsidized more than 10,000 low-cost spay-neuter surgeries in Otero and Lincoln County, New Mexico. So because of this, we have several ways you can help us help animals, as we've been doing since 2007. We would love to meet you. So come to the yard sale. Get great stuff, low prices for your home and pets on May 4th. That's Saturday, Cinco de Mayo weekend, across from the 9-acre Wingfield Park. So bring the kids and the dogs. Will you join us to make a better quality of life for the animals in your community? Visit animalvillagenm.org.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Local sports, local events, and local happenings, and more. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side.
Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
33-year-old Jeremy Smith, who is accused in the March 15th killing of New Mexico State Police Officer Justin Hare, will go on trial this summer. Smith pled not guilty on April 18th to charges including carjacking resulting in death, causing death by the discharge of a firearm during and in relation to a crime of violence, kidnapping resulting in death, and interstate transport of a stolen vehicle. Jury selection and a potential start to the trial is slated for June 10th in Albuquerque. Smith will remain in custody until that trial begins. The Sunland Park Fire Department put out a truck fire late Saturday night. Firefighters from Sunland Park were dispatched, and when they arrived, they found a truck fully engulfed in flames. No injuries were reported, the vehicle was abandoned, and that fire does seem suspicious, so the fire is being investigated by the Sunland Park Police Department. A secret recording was leaked on Friday showing New Mexico Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham slamming the Biden policies on the border, but not for the reason you might expect. Her anger at the administration was not for not securing the border. No. Instead, her anger was being pointed at the Border Patrol agents for, well, doing their job and seizing marijuana.
They're saying that they're worried about fentanyl, so they're taking all of our cannabis. And they tried to, and they're detaining people. Never have done that. We just use discretion, look the other way.
How this recording made it into the public eye is not yet known, but as RedState.com puts it, this is not going to help her already shot credibility. Sexual assault is a heavy topic, and it gets heavier when survivors believe that they are alone. A Four Corners organization's mission is to always inform survivors that there is help out there. Elena Butler, the Director of Sexual Assault Services of Northwestern New Mexico, spoke with KOB.
We have rape crisis advocates and primary prevention programming in the schools.
SAS of Northwest New Mexico served 100 people when they started 20 years ago. Today they serve 400, often women in their 20s. They want to help more victims, but it can be tough for them to come forward.
Oftentimes survivors blame themselves for what happened, and they think they should have done something different.
She said victims must know sexual assault is not their fault, and they should reach out for help immediately. SAS of Northwest New Mexico provides sexual assault exams and therapy. They'll even assist victims who are unsure about going to the police. We can all help prevent sexual assaults. It's something we've all heard before. If you see something, say something. Sexual Assault Services of Northwest New Mexico's website is sasnwnm.org. Sports and weather are next. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 7 games for Mexico softball today, including Tucumcari at Redoso, and Chaparral heads to Silver. There are 18 games for Mexico baseball today, including Silver at Chaparral, and Tularosa heads to Mescalero. Wow! Go Wildcats! Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies. Mostly clear tonight, sunny and warmer tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 78. Low tonight of 55. High tomorrow, 85 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny with winds gusting as high as 18 miles per hour today. Mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow, winds gusting as high as 25. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 58. Low tonight of 40. High tomorrow, 62 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com, and you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting KALHradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes this Monday edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.